All right, pre-show shenanigans. This one's a bit of a doozy. This is not the first time we have recorded this episode. Brainiac over here, Grant, did not delete storage on his computer before we recorded the last episode, and now the entire file is just gone. So we now have two episodes that have been sent into the void by Grant and his ability to record things.
All right. It's a good thing you remember that, because I was going to say this is not the worst moment I've ever had on this podcast. That would be the interview with Miller Moss. However, ironically, the two of my two worst moments on the podcast happen to be me fucking up file recordings. But you know what? That's all right. You know what? I was the social media manager when we signed the contracts to start this whole thing off. I was not the head producer. So, it adds up. It adds up.
I mean, look, at least with the Miller Moss thing, you can blame a dude for literally running into like the Wi-Fi. This one's just on you.
No,
this is your
slight
fault.
Excuse for the first one, albeit that first podcast being significantly more important than this one. Also, essentially a year apart. That first one was in May of 2022.
Oh my god! Oh my god! It's June 5th. Anything with fives with you is a fucking is a problem.
Oh, damn! For a second, shit.
Anything with five.
I just realized 5-5 Cinco de Mayo. That's kind of lit. But like, yeah. I mean, I guess Cinco de Mayo is the worst day of the year for me.
Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo.
What happened this year?
Watch out.
What happened this year on Cinco de Mayo for you?
Studying for a test.
Oh, come on. Yeah. Okay.
Or actually, no. I was writing a paper.
That's not great, but it's not terrible.
No,
look out for the fifth round this year.
No, did not.
Look out for the fifth round this year.
Well, you could say that was bad then, because I didn't do anything. No, that was the worst.
Yes, yeah,
possible for my Cinco. But yeah, I fumbled the bag bad.
Please tell me it wasn't like 5:55 when you were downloading this.
No. Well, it was. Well, shit, Everett. I did check last time. I like had that Zoom file open where I have all my saves. It was 3:05. Now that you mention it, it was 3:05. Like it was.
I just also want to mention real quick.
I was born on the 15th.
Yikes.
The day Julius Caesar died, which, I mean, to be honest, we're Team Brute, but
it is currently 10:30 p.m. for me. I have had to take a 2.5-hour exam, pack all of my stuff to go back to Tulane.
Grind never stops, kids.
And I've had about 15 other things to do in between when we recorded this the first time and now. I still have stuff to do after this, so less than ideal.
Take a little flack off of me. Why don't you explain how the Thursday episode could be a little interesting?
Oh yeah, I might be recording in my car. We'll see how it goes. I have to move into a new house, and I do not know if the Wi-Fi will be working. And on top of that, I will not have a desk or anything. So to get the
work around.
To get the content we need, I might be just in my car. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get there when we get there. But just remember, hold that thing landscape, baby. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bad, awful start to the week. This is going to be, this is the most waterboy.
Oh my god, and it's Monday too. This literally is the start of the week.
Yeah, it's the most waterboy week possible for us. Nothing is going to go well.
I hope you title this "Grant fumbled the bag." ... again.
We'll work on it. I mean, this one I'm actually passing over to the intern. He'll be editing this one. I gave up the powers for this one.
Good luck getting in contact with them.
No, I got him. I got him on speed dial right now. So I got him.
No matter if he picks up. Okay. Okay.
I got him like a hook. Don't worry about me.
You give him a bucket hat?
You don't need to worry about me anymore. Enough worrying about me today.
I'm not worrying about you. I'm just I'm just aggravated.
Also in development, maybe it's a good idea to consider upgrading laptops, but we'll get there when we get there. We'll get there.
It's always make sure that you have enough storage on your computers if
Yeah,
you are
no, I mean,
recording a
it's a good
podcast. Let's put
idea.
it that way. It
It's
might
a
be a little bit
really good
smart.
idea to check that before you start downloading a file onto your. It's a really good idea, guys, and a lot more people should look out for that. But we're gonna try to recreate some moments here that are not gonna be recreated well. But who knows? Maybe this ends
Well,
up being. Maybe this podcast can end up being in like the 25th percentile of our best podcasts. I think
knowing what we do, this probably will be the highest viewed episode we ever have.
Yeah, it's always when you least expect it. That's kind of what makes the world go round. But yeah, pre-show shenanigans next time should be very interesting. I saw Top Gun Maverick for the first time. What a film! All right. What is going on, everybody? I am stupid. Welcome back to another episode of the Waterboy Podcast. Today it is episode 123. If only downloading things was as simple as 123 to me. They aren't. But enough about me. Enough about me. The Miami Heat said not so fast, Everett. You know what they say, Everett. You know what they say. The series doesn't start until an away team picks up a win, and that happened. Nobody saw it coming, and by nobody, I mean really me, because I said it was going to be a gentleman's sweep. That's not going to happen. Well, it could.
Technically,
it'd be really
still,
funny if the Nuggets just won 3 straight. I mean, that'd be just peak. That'd be
yeah,
so good.
I don't think that, honestly, I don't think that that's going to happen. The Heat kind of proved, I mean, they started to collapse there in the last like 15 seconds, but they kind of proved to me that they're going to make this thing a little bit more competitive, because picking off a game in Denver to start, like, I thought Denver was just going to absolutely slaughter them by the way things were looking for a minute, but
yeah,
just to pick up
one
that
was
second
not
game is
pretty.
pretty big, honestly.
Yeah.
And look,
Also, another thing, we don't talk much hockey around here, but that game just wrapped up. That series is now 2-0. Watch the Nuggets Heat series finish before this hockey, and watch this hockey one go 6 or 7 games, and the Nuggets Heat one finish in 5.
you want to stake that clam? Go ahead, you stake that clam.
Yeah, no, I will go out and say not those exact scores, but I'm gonna say the Nuggets Heat, the NBA Finals, will have less games played than the NHL Stanley Cup.
Okay. All right.
Not exactly.
Wait a second. You're saying that the series for the
Stanley Cup will go longer. We'll go 7 games.
Yes. Okay.
Less. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Another thing. So I said this one the first time we recorded this, so it won't be much of a surprise to Grant, but
good chance
obviously
I already forgot it. The last 6 hours, I've just been frantically trying to recover files.
Grant's been on the line with the IT department. It hasn't been going well with them.
They didn't help, clearly.
No. Support needs to HR needs to get their asses down there. Anyways, so obviously with Denver at 5,000 feet elevation, whatever it is, there's a much bigger competitive advantage by being a team from there and having a team come to you, because you're obviously more acquainted with the atmosphere there. Higher elevation means less oxygen, which means your lungs obviously need a higher capacity, whatever. Woo! Right?
Medical lesson.
Medical information.
Science update with Everett.
Yeah. But obviously that game 1, the Heat were at a disadvantage. They just got up there. The Nuggets are acquainted with the elevation. They have a higher capacity for oxygen.
And the rest too.
The Jokic is not getting gassed in the third quarter yet. They just absolutely slaughter the Heat. Okay. Now the Heat are there for enough days where they're acclimated. They're on basically the same playing field as the Nuggets. They end up picking up game 2 on let's call it an even playing field.
Yeah.
Now we're going back down to Miami, where now it's a Heat home series. I think that, that's a pretty big thing for the Heat to be able to have now after taking a game. Like the Heat fans are also like they are real and they show up. Unlike Chargers fans. But going throughout the rest of the series is going to be on a completely even playing field, essentially. They're like the biggest advantage.
We show out, man. We show the hell out. All 15 of us. We're there.
The biggest advantage was in game 1, because now there's no really, everybody's going to have to reacclimate at the same time. And the Heat are now coming back to Denver with having the acclamation from the elevation, and everything. Obviously, Denver has that. So it's now going to just basically be a back and forth as to who's really the best team not having competitive
game one's
advantages.
the most advantage you're going to get out of the elevation. I was saying it like half jokingly going into the series, but game one, after seeing game two, game one was a must win for Denver because if they went down 2-0, holy. But yeah, well, I at least can take one dub so far in this NBA.
If you're letting Jimmy Neutron hit obscene layups on you and Jimmy Butler hitting no look threes essentially, that's a bit of an issue.
Yeah, so down the stretch, Miami Heat, absolutely unstoppable, unbelievable. So Jokic had 41 and 11. That didn't matter. Miami Heat, Duncan Robinson started the game off 3 for 3, 2 for 2 from 3. And as a team, the Heat started off 6 for 6, 3 from 3, 3 for 3 from 3. And then they ended up going, at one point, they were 10 for 12, and then they finished the fourth off 11 for 16. But they outscored the Nuggets 36-25 in the fourth. The quick start from Duncan Robinson. I can't believe I'm saying it right now. But that begs the question, Tyler Hero rumor to come back game 3. Is it worth tossing him back in if Duncan Robinson is going to be dressed like Ray Allen? Like, we'll see.
He'll be dressed. I mean, Tyler Hero will be dressed. It's just a matter of whether or not you want to put him in.
How much you want to toss him in?
I think the first
play. Like,
I think the
10, but like
I think the first. I think the first time Duncan Robinson kind of falters, we'll see what happens because obviously, Gabe Vincent and Caleb Martin have been doing great and can sub in. I also think that Tyler Hero might just get some playing time at the end of the game if it's like a blowout or something. Or it's towards like the end of a quarter or something, just to see how he is.
Oh yeah, well, forget blowout scenario, but like meaningful minutes here. Are they going to toss Tyler Hero in a close game in game 3?
I think that like we might see him come in at like the end of a half. We might see him come in at like in the end of a half.
I just feel the first like overall, half. You just take that game. I would say. Some might argue it's broken, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I guess you can argue right now. I mean, they're in the NBA Finals, tied up. It's not entirely broken, so we don't exactly need to fix it yet. We'll see if we do. I think that's where we stand.
That's just kind of the Heat mantra.
Yeah, I mean, if you were telling me going into this play, well, even turning the clock back, remember the first play-in game when the Heat when the Hawks walked into Miami and shut up the Heat in that first play-in game? You remember that? And now look at the Heat. Like, what?
Who? Technically, does that mean the Hawks won the finals if the Heat win? Technically, does that mean the Hawks
say
the
Hawks are the number 2 team in the NBA Finals? Yeah. You could. Technically, they won a series. Technically, they would be the only team to beat the NBA champions in the series.
Yeah. I mean,
hey, I don't make the rules, man. I don't make the rules. But yeah, NBA Finals are very interesting. Game 3, this one,
it's on Wednesday.
This might be a must-win for the Miami Heat.
First game back down in Miami.
It might be. They got to pick up one of the two. Because if it's 3-1, series is done. Didn't even mean to run there, but
I think they definitely need
the must win.
They need one of these two, and if they get that, they have to win the game back in Miami. I'm assuming they're going to lose in Denver.
Yeah, no, game 5. Let's chalk that one up. Game 6 is the must win.
Especially if Denver wins,
game 4.
If Denver wins game 4, game 5 is chalk. That's Denver's rolling at that point.
I would think so too.
But I think it's best, honestly, if the Heat, let's say the Heat are going to lose one of these next 2 games, I would say it's better they lose
game 3
than game 4. Because then you kind of get the momentum. You bring the momentum into Denver. You got the Nuggets kind of being like,
I'm with
they're
it.
backed up a little bit.
So game 4 is game 3 is not a must win for the Miami Heat. Okay,
game 4 is that? Yeah. Game 4 is a must win. Now, if you win game 3,
but now let's flip it. is game 3 a must win for Denver, knowing what could happen if the Heat win game 3? You see, now we got to think.
Now we're playing the tables. I think game 4 is when Matt 4, is when games are decided. So, just saying. You didn't pick up on that. You didn't pick up on that. But
I knew what you're talking about, but it's not game 4. Game 3 is the swing game, actually. And
is
actually, it's games 2 and 5, search and destroy, which matter the most ever. Definitely not the second hard point, but that's okay. That's okay. In terms
round
of
11,
rest of this series, though, we'll see how it plays out. I think we just deduced game 4 is a must win for Miami.
I think game 4 is a must win.
Denver.
I think game 4 is a must win for
Denver.
either team. I think
so.
It's both
are you
teams.
saying whoever wins game 4 wins the NBA Finals?
Yes.
Okay, Everett. Okay.
Yes, I am saying.
And
that.
You know what? I actually like that. I actually think that's actually gonna hold. Actually, now that I think, regardless who wins game 3, I like whoever wins game 4 to win the series. Like if the Nuggets win game 3. And the Heat tied up game 4. I kind of like the Heat to win the series.
See, this is what I'm doing. Whenever game 4, whoever wins game 4, my futures bet for the series, it's going.
But also on the other side, if the Heat take game 3 and the Nuggets take game 4, well, now game 5 back in Denver. Now I like the
Nuggets win that.
I like this take game 4. Whoever wins game 4 wins the NBA Finals. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We're getting ready to say that. Okay. Other NBA news, the Los Angeles Lakers, Everett, said they would match any deal up to $100 million for Austin Reeves. In our initial reactions, we may or may not have compared him to some of the past most hardworking, explosive,
Alex Caruso,
first one in, last one out type of guys.
Alex Caruso.
But $100 million, Everett.
That's way too much.
Yeah, well, we didn't quite dive into this before, but I'm thinking, let's say he does get a total offer of 100.
Think about this.
4 years, that's 5 years.
That's a sixth of Kareem Benzema's contract.
Oh yeah.
Just saying, not to divert off into that whole argument,
and it's gonna take more years than Benzema's contract.
Just saying
that. We had to bring that one up.
But I think that
25 year, 20.
I think that it is in the Lakers' interest to retain Austin Reeves. I think that he's probably that piece that they're not gonna want to have, that they kind of need to have going forward, for the team's stability. And he showed up in the playoffs. Obviously he could have been Jimmy Neutron. He could have been Tyler Hero. He could have been all these other players that have not really done well historically. Danny Green in the playoffs when he was with the Lakers. I mean, missed 3-pointer.
To be honest, the Lakers have had some shooting guard trouble past couple of years. Even KCP, we've had some shooting guards.
So having Austin Reeves be able to actually play in games that matter and show up, I think is really important.
I love how much effort he gives on defense too. Love it.
Now also that he has that experience, though, when there's these new players that come in, and he's got experience playing against the Nuggets and playing with LeBron, playing with AD. I just think that that's just really important to have for a team that's future is a little bit questionable.
He's also relatively old. He just turned 25 May 29th. So literally a week ago, he turned 25, which I'll be a lot of NBA players are shockingly young. Devin Booker, I think, is only 1 year older than Austin Reeves. But I don't really care because basketball, we see PJ Tucker putting up quality minutes at, I don't know, is he
34,
37? I think he might be a little older than 34. I could be wrong though, but we could see guys play for a little bit longer now. Al Horford, debatable. But yeah, I'm currently reading a rumor saying the Spurs land Austin Reeves in free agency. We don't even want to think about that. Him and Wemby. But
oh my God.
But Reeves, whoa.
DeJounte Murray, I think, is on the Hawks.
On the Hawks now.
Yeah.
And they also shipped off Derek White, but they got my boy Malachi Branham out there. They got some young killers. I think they got Keita Bates-Diop too. both Ohio State boys over there. So I think they got some Buckeyes, all right, which is not a good sign if you've kept up with Ohio State basketball, which I know you haven't. But 100 million for Austin Reeves. I'm thinking a little more about, I don't know, how about like a 3 or 60, which I still think is a lot, but like
I feel like the 100 mil, the
345?
triple digit territory is when you're kind of getting into like those star players.
Yeah, like D'Lo is going to ask for that. I don't think anybody in their right mind should ever
gonna pay him
consider
that.
that.
I think Austin Reeves is a great player. I don't think that he's a star player. I think that he can be a starter. But we've also
like other man of your starting.
Yeah, he's like the Derek Fisher. It's the Derek Fisher of the team.
I put him above that, but I get what you mean. Yes, you know, at that era they were scoring a little less. So yeah, yes,
the Derek Fisher of the team. So I mean, like, I think 60 mil is about a good spot for him. But the Lakers saying 100, I mean, like if I'm Austin Reeves, I'm like, run it up.
Oh,
I'll take 100
if
to stay in LA.
If I'm Austin Reeves' contract, like this contract, you're gonna try to bank out right now. Like this is gonna be his money contract.
You don't know if you're gonna play well after this. This is really the first time we've seen him play.
And I'm also pretty sure he's been on minimums for the past 2 years.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, outside of before this year, would you have known who Austin Reeves was? Let's put it that way.
Yes, because I remember his run for Oklahoma in college basketball. But other than that, no.
In the NBA. Put it in the NBA.
Well, just because he's a Laker, but if he played for any other team, no. So yes.
So I mean, I guess that makes the point. Okay. Is that all we got for the NBA here?
Yeah, that's all we have the NBA. We're not bringing up Sam Cassell. All right, MLB time, Everett.
Yeah, so I said this fact the first time I recorded this is not going to take Grant by surprise anymore. But Clayton Kershaw, after this series with the Yankees this past weekend, has now recorded at least a 1 win against every single team that he's faced in his career. By the way, that is every single team besides the Dodgers, I believe, in the MLB.
Yeah, so obviously Kershaw's never recorded a win against the Dodgers. But I mean, it'd be really funny if he like played for like the Astros for a year and then we traded for him. That'd be very funny. But the one thing I did not bring up that I want to bring up this time. So Clayton Kershaw career, he has 204 wins in his career. That's enough to give him a win versus 29 other MLB teams. In terms of active players, these are the only people ahead of him: Max Scherzer, Zach Greinke, and Justin Verlander. That is it. Those are the only active players with more wins than Kershaw. Considering Kershaw has 204 wins and he's been dominant for, I don't know, like 11.
Our entire lives, basically, that we've been following baseball.
He's been dominant for over a decade now. The era of starting pitchers getting 12, 13, 14, 15 win seasons consistently is absolutely done. The one record in all of sports that will actually never be touched, Everett, is Cy Young's 511 win record. The next closest is Walter Johnson with 417.
Who's the next closest active? Who's the next closest currently active player?
Justin Verlander, 246. Not even half as much as Cy Young.
So let's put it this way:
touched ever.
Verlander,
come close.
Verlander, Greinke, Kershaw, all of them have been.
Yeah,
Scherzer, all of them have been in the league for a very long time. And most of them, not Greinke, but most of them are considered some of the best pitchers in the MLB still. I don't know where Verlander kind of lies right now, but
well, him and Scherzer are banged up, but yes, I get what you mean.
But for that being the point, for how long they've been in there, and for the fact that they're still kind of like they're in the starting rotation, still getting very meaningful games and appearances, and none of them remotely close. And now all of the innings pitched are diving a little bit. There's zero shot that that's happening.
Yeah, no,
maybe ever.
No, legitimately ever. It'll never come. Like I mean, I'd go so far as say there might not be another starting pitcher who hits 200 at this rate.
Who's the next
generation?
I think that there can be a pitcher currently who is a current starter in the MLB who's might be able to obtain 200, but I don't think that anybody coming in the next couple of years who are going to be rookies and then starting up their whole career and going through, I don't think that any of them are going to be able to attain it.
Yeah, in terms of like current close people, the only one, it's probably going to be Adam Wainwright. Adam Wainwright has 197 wins, so he'll get
So
it
he'll
this
get
year.
it. He'll get
But
it.
Garrett Cole 137, and then after that it gets weird. Lance Lynn, no. Yeah, I mean, out of the remaining
Hey,
people that
I
actually
mean,
have a shot, the only one is Garrett Cole because he's 32. Guess
Joe
how many
Ryan.
wins
Joe
Yu
Ryan's going to
Darvish
get there.
has?
I mean, Joe Ryan will get there. I mean, so will Bobby Miller, but give him
Guess how many wins Yu Darvish has at age 36? He's been pitching for so long.
112.
99. Doesn't even have 100 yet. So, like, this is going to be, and also you have to be on a dominant team. You know,
Yeah,
there's
you
that
can't
too.
be because I mean, like you can't just be bad. That's one of the reasons why, like, look at Verlander and Scherzer and obviously Kershaw, because the Dodgers have always been pretty good.
Yeah, they've all been on great teams.
The Astros, Garrett Cole, I mean, obviously on the Astros, now on the Yankees, so he's kind of got that mix going for him.
Yeah, he'll be able to get there.
Scherzer, Mets not great right now, but obviously great teams.
Nationals
Greinke,
good when they had
Greinke, I don't know how Greinke, man. I guess the Royals were pretty good for a couple years.
Career, and there was a stretch of time when he was.
I mean, they won the World Series
where he was arguably the best. Like, I actually think he maybe should have won Cy Young over Arrieta and Kershaw in like 2013 or 14.
I mean, also the Royals. The Royals won the World Series like one of those years too. And,
don't think that was with him though.
Really?
No,
it was like 2016, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely not with him then. But Greinke doesn't have a ring. Definitely not. No, he does not. But in terms of those all-time wins, no one's even coming close to 500. Like, there may be like 3.
Let's put it this way. 200. Think about where Kershaw is right now. You said 204, right?
Yes.
Clayton Kershaw is not even halfway to the amount of wins that he needs to beat 500.
Oh, yeah.
Kershaw's been in the league for what, 17 years now, something like that.
It's been a very long time. He's 35. I know that.
Has beat every team in the MLB outside of the Dodgers and is still only under, he's not even halfway of getting there yet. Yeah, I don't think any active pitcher even at halfway right now at 250.
No. The highest is Verlander, 246.
No pitcher has come close to.
And
well, I guess
Verlander
no pitcher's at halfway.
Get it this year because he's hurt. so like,
I mean, and all those pitchers been in the leagues for so many years. Like that, it's just absurd. I think there's a point though where there's just a point though where like these really old. I mean, no, Cy Young's not like super duper old, but like especially like the NFL records and stuff, like the interceptions is like set at like 15 or something from the 1940s. Like there's some records
Everett, that Cy Young is very. Guess what year Cy Young was born in?
1932.
Under.
Really? Wow.
1867.
Oh, okay. No, I was a little bit wrong. I thought he was a little bit older. I thought he was a little bit.
Holy shit, dude!
He was a little bit younger than that. All right.
Well, no, I'm not calling you that. It's just, oh my god, 1867.
I'm kind of like I'm all for, obviously you have the historical records and everything like that, but I think after a certain point when like there's been massive innovations in certain sports like the NFL, MLB, NBA, like there are some records that kind of should just be like retired and everybody respects it, but like you need to have like an obtainable
one.
Yeah, like I said, in the NFL, there's like an interceptions record at like 15 or 20 or something. Like nobody's ever gonna do that right now. It's ever getting touched.
I have a number that literally any doctor might faint if they heard these numbers on how many pitches Cy Young has thrown in his career. When Cy Young, Everett, when he was 25 years old, he made 49 starts in a season. He threw 453 innings.
Was he like one of 2 pitchers on the roster?
Maybe. I mean, dude was nasty though. Okay, I can understand. He had a 1.93 ERA and 453 innings, so I can understand the manager being like, "Well, leave him in. He's nasty right now." So I can get that angle. But
just imagine
still,
if you're a batter and you walk up and you're like, oh, it's Cy Young today.
oh yeah, good old Cy up again. Jesus, you'd have nightmares the day before. He's going to pitch
cold sweats.
He can throw 400 pitches and be okay. He'll be fine. He'll get
my man's
it.
shoulder and UCL is like made of titanium.
Yeah, or I mean, maybe baseball was just the competition was just so bad that like
Oh
he
no, I
was
mean
pitching with a torn UCL and it didn't matter, and he could still throw nasty sliders.
Let's be honest, it probably was the case with him.
Probably. Well, also at that point, dead ball era, you could scuff up the ball. Like I'm pretty sure back then, I mean, this part might be illegal, but if I was pitching back then, I would have a pocket knife so I could scrape up the ball and
I
things.
Don't know if you're getting into the stadium with the pocket knife, but
well
actually, maybe,
maybe. Oh, definitely,
yeah, maybe.
Back
definitely.
then, 100. You probably couldn't get in without a pocket knife. You probably
that's your entrance ticket.
Stadium. So yeah, I'm gonna say back then, yeah, I would have had a pocket knife to scuff up the ball.
The other thing that we had for the Dodgers segment here, for our MLB segment, is
yeah, in terms of like active, the new pitcher.
Yeah, the thing that matters.
Second coming of Cy Young.
Second coming of Cy Young of Clayton Kershaw.
Cy Young Miller.
Bobby Miller has now made 3 official starts this season, has an ERA of 1.06. Grant, would you like to give the stats on what
we got the in-depth game log on Bobby Miller over here. So Atlanta, Washington, New York. Tough team. Washington, well, in a way, Bobby Miller was going up against his former teammates that were on the Dodgers and got traded to Washington. So in a way, it was a bit of a reunion for that one.
Revenge game. It's a revenge.
For Atlanta, 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 5 Ks. Nationals, 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 4 Ks. And then the Yankees start yesterday, 6 innings, 1 hit, 2 walks, 7 Ks.
No runs.
Yeah, no runs. This is what I got to say. Julio Urias is going to be returning pretty soon here. I'm going to lose a lot of faith in the Dodgers and Dave Roberts if Bobby Miller gets sent back down over Michael Grove or over DFAing Syndergaard. Now, our instant reactions to this, we are very upset, but you brought up an extremely juicy point earlier, Everett, where Bobby Miller, I can understand the reasoning or thought process when we look at Outman and how my fear, okay, it's not completely sold yet. I really wish I was near a fire department so a siren can go off right now and say that I'm a fraud, but maybe James Outman has been figured out. Maybe he has. I don't think so, but maybe he has.
No. You said in the first, no, hold on. When the first time we recorded this, you said that he has been figured out. So don't change it. Don't change it.
Now. Yeah, he's been figured out. It's fucking done. He's gonna be fucking awful down the stretch. We're gonna be looking for a replacement here pretty soon.
He's gonna be fine.
Bobby Miller. If Bobby Miller, the first 3 starts, teams don't have much information, don't have much scouting, don't really know much about his tendencies, where you can have some moments of flashing when you get called up immediately. And I've seen it with like Puig and Jacques and stuff. It's a recurring thing with Dodger guys.
I mean, talking about Puig and Jacques, though, I mean, they're not bad players.
I know, but there were a healthy stretches of time in years 2, 3, 4 for both of them where we were sitting here just like, Carl Crawford's a better option than them. Oh my God.
I mean, look, basically what I was saying.
I really do not want Bobby to get figured out. And maybe it will crush him if he then starts getting figured out over the next month or 2 and we keep him up.
I mean, look,
I still think keep him up.
The point that I made was, let's say he's obviously off to a lightning hot start right now. And let's say
starts I've ever seen.
in two games, let's say he gets figured out and gets absolutely blown up, demolished, right? And let's say right now, so let's say that's assuming that he got kept on the team. All right, let's say that he hasn't been sent down.
Yeah, that's not even a guarantee.
So the way that I'm looking at this is you can keep him on the team now, don't send him down, and he could get blown up in a couple of days, or you send him down, you keep him down, you bring him back up at the start of next season, and when he comes back and to start next season, if he gets blown up right away, I think that the overall confidence loss is way, way, way bigger for him coming in and just getting blown up at the start of next season than staying on the roster right now, on the starting roster right now, getting blown up in a couple of games and just being like, okay, you know what? It's a snap back to reality. And I had all these good games. I had one bad game. I'm going to be good down the stretch. But if you send him down and he comes back up and his first real experience back in the majors, it's just getting absolutely demolished. He's going to be like really confused if he screwed something up and he's throwing differently, and he's going to be confused why like he was playing good then and it isn't good now and is getting blown up by the Rockies. Like I think that there's way more questions that I would be having through my head if I was in his position and came back up at the start of next season than if I just got blown up right now while I'm kind of just on a roll and I'm getting used to the
that was
MLB.
more so the angle for how well he started right now. We said it earlier, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But if it is broke, fix it, Noah Syndergaard. So we have something that isn't broken, and then we have something that is broken, you would think. Easy solution. We'll see how that pans out. But I have some really interesting numbers. Some breakdown on Bobby Miller's pitches, actually, Everett, that I think you're actually going to be very interested in. So Bobby Miller, he throws sinker, slider, changeup, four seam, curveball. Curveball, although is lowest pitch, thrown it 25 times, hasn't given up a hit to it. 0.02 XBA on that pitch. Changeup, third most often pitched, thrown it 46 times, didn't give up a hit off that. 0.05 XBA off that pitch. That's very enticing. His two main pitches, sinker, slider, great combo, by the way. That is the meta right now, for lack of a better term. 202 XBA on the sinker and a 186 XBA on the slider. This is the problem, though, Everett. For his fastball, 364 batting average, 545 slugging. Let's just cut the fastball out of the pitch arsenal. I think we found the solution. He might be the greatest pitcher ever if he just stops throwing the fastball.
That's the thing, though. You need to kind of have one of those just easy balls to throw.
Sinker.
Yeah, but then also you get
sinker,
people swing less on the sinker because then they're expecting the fastball and it drops.
Well, this dude's got a nasty little sinky right here. It's no Dustin May Bruisdar sinker, but it's 98.6 sinker. These are also some big numbers. 43% whiff on the slider. That's a big time pitch for him. His slider is the put away pitch, but this is something to keep an eye on. Important note. He only throws sliders against righties, and he throws the changeup against lefties. So he's thrown a slider 69 times, 51 against righties, only 18 against lefties. Changeup thrown it 46 times, 35 times against lefties, only 11 times against righties. So, essentially what he does is sinker, slider, righties, sinker, changeup, lefties. That's essentially his two pitch mix, and then toss in a fastball that gets nuked every once in a while.
I guess his slider, it's the way the sliders come across the batting box, so that makes sense.
Yeah, I can understand not throwing it to lefties, and on the changeups, nice down and out. He likes that down and out. That's where he puts.
It's like my MLB the show. It's like my MLB the show player.
Yeah, and you know what? It's crazy enough to say, but Bobby Miller is probably better than my MLB the show pitcher who has like 4 Cy Youngs. I really like how MLB the show you can carry over saves from past MLB the shows. It's the best thing about the game. But
I actually didn't know that.
It's the best part. I've had a save that I started in like MLB the show 20 that I'm still running right now. It's pretty fun. It's year like 2039. I don't know any of the players on the team. But yeah. Regardless, Bobby Miller, I love the pitch mix. The sinker slider is dirty. Having the 99-mile-an-hour sinker, we got a lot of pitchers who throw that right now on the team. Trinan, rip. He used to be it. Now we got Bruiser doing it. Dustin, also another rip. Damn it. I'm starting to see a trend here. Our sinker throwers. We'll see. I don't even want to put that juju out there. Bobby Miller's going to be lights out. Let's keep him up. Now, this is the thing where I'm a little...
Grant, you said that at 11:05, dude.
Oh, bad timing. Last quick little thing I want to say. I can understand for the time being not DFAing Syndergaard. I think probably be best off
It's
sending
time.
down Grove.
It's time, though.
I do think, though, worst case scenario, we do not get a starter. We go after like a reliever. We go get like Tim Anderson and stuff, and we don't get another starter.
They
Then
can't.
it's like Grove / Stone in that last spot. And I know
They
Syndergaard's
can't.
awful, but I really do not trust.
They can't send Syndergaard down, right?
I'm pretty sure. Well, yeah, there's something where they can't. Maybe he's out of options or something, but he signed a new contract, so I don't even think that's like. They have to DFA him. They cannot send him down to AAA. That's all I know. So I don't know. I don't know.
I know. I get it. I mean, look, if Syndergaard figures his stuff out, then yeah, I would rather keep him. The issue is he going to figure his stuff out?
The velo's down. Like, it's all-time low velo for his career.
Unless my man's going to start roiding up. Like, I don't think it's going to.
Oh my God, we forgot to bring this up. The greatest quote of all time. Noah Syndergaard.
Oh my God, that's right.
Forgot to bring Noah Syndergaard had the greatest quote of all time over the weekend. He said he would give up his hypothetical firstborn to pitch like he used to. Oh my God, Everett. I cannot believe that changes everything. Okay, Michael Grove, you're getting sent down. Bobby Miller, stay. And Syndergaard, you get one more try. Okay, you get one more shot. That's it. You get
so if let's say Noah Syndergaard comes out and just lights it up, we have to ask who is the owner of his
first.
Who is going to be the owner of his firstborn child, and 2, did he make a deal with Satan? So those are the 2 questions to be asked. Is Dave Roberts the owner of his first child?
I forgot about this, but I'm not sure if you remember. But actually, the host of Call Her Daddy used to date Noah Syndergaard, and that's like right when his career started going downhill. So maybe it's Call Her Daddy to blame for all of this, and maybe Noah Syndergaard is giving away his hypothetical firstborn with Call Her Daddy. I don't know. Like, these are things we got to dive into. We'll figure out.
I don't remember what her name is, but I think she's engaged.
Alex
now.
Cooper.
Yeah, I think she's engaged to somebody now, though.
Most likely, but yeah, Noah Syndergaard, that used to be a thing, and then he went downhill quick. So who knows? But Noah Syndergaard, he gets another chance after that quote. That's the greatest quote maybe in the history of Dodger baseball. And it's time for Dodger baseball. Vin Scully. Those are the 2 greatest quotes.
Yeah, you can't put him over Vin. Come on
now. No, I can't. But I'll give him the firm too. Noah Syndergaard, that was phenomenal. Unless
number 3 is what's in that back pocket, Dustin May. Question.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
I mean, that's up there.
90,000 people would agree with that one. But Michael Grove, we'll see you. Cindy, you get one more shot. Thor, you get one more shot. You get one more shot. One more.
Okay. Let's move on to the NFL here. I had a segment on Jay Cutler. I'll just say it really quickly for all of you guys out there who really care about it. Because I know.
And I also have the side story about Jay Cutler. I'm not gonna say it anymore. It was cool. I mean, dude barely found out he got into Vandy. Didn't even know what it was.
Yeah, it took a really long time to say. It was a great story, but it's you guys can be angry at Grant in the comments. Go chirp.
Probably tells it better than me.
Yeah. So Jay Cutler, obviously former Bears quarterback, ironically, came upon a bear this past week while hunting, and Jay Cutler won, signaling how he has completely destroyed the Bears his entire life.
Yeah, very symbolic, very emotional. A lot of things adds up. We also looked it up. He's number 1 all-time Bears career passing. Number 3 is Jim Harbaugh. And I'm pretty sure number 5 was Mitch. So when it comes to the Chicago Bears, at least they got the truth now. At least they got the truth now. At least they got a guy, where I would consider him one of the breakout candidates for next season, Everett. What do you think about breakout players, Everett?
I don't think Justin Fields counts, but okay, we can segue. We'll segue.
Right?
No.
All right, draft time. New segment for us, but not a new segment for everybody else.
We'll see how it does.
We're doing the TikTok drafts, okay?
We'll see how it does. Let's stipulate it that way.
Back and forth, but we're gonna do breakout players, breakout fantasy players, okay?
And let's also stipulate. Let's stipulate a couple things here. One, this is not the first time we've done this. So
no, we know each other's players, and there's.
But
the benchmark
the first
for
time
not being included is like you've either never had an 1,000-yard season in your category, or you're a quarterback that's on the level of
let's
like
stipulate
Sam
this.
Howell.
We did this when we recorded the first time, obviously, and when we did it that first time, we did not know each other's players. Now, because we have done it, we are aware of who each other is picking.
God,
so this is more for your guys' fantasy than ours. But
crying laughing at one of my picks. I just remembered the reaction to it where I was asking you if it's okay, and for a second you were like, maybe not. I was like, Everett, he has 400 yards less. All right, okay, time for the draft. The second one, Everett will get to go first. I'm gonna go first for this one. Snake order. We'll be coming back around with you. You get a double pick, but I'm gonna start out with Jerry Jeudy. It takes a lot for me to admit this as a Chargers fan, but I think Broncos are primed for a breakout season with Sean Payton. Russell doesn't have his private office anymore. He's gonna actually have to interact with the team like outside of practice and just like in normal life. So with that relationship and Sean Payton coming in, Jerry Jeudy breakout year.
No, I like it. I mean, Jerry Jeudy hasn't really had the season that any of us expected him to have when he got drafted. And now he's got a quarterback. He's got the coach. He's injury free. This is the year that everybody's expecting him to actually be big, come back out. Cortland Sutton hasn't been playing as well either. So it's his time to shine.
Did Jeudy get drafted before
yes.
CD?
No. Wait. Yes, he did, because CD fell to like 18.
Yeah. And then Justin Jefferson fell to 21 or 2.
3, I think.
3, even better. But yeah, Jerry Jeudy. It's my
okay,
pick.
So for my first pick, give me Rachaad White. I think that, I mean, the Bucks don't have
the Bucks. I had to double check that when we first brought that up. Not gonna lie.
The Bucks just don't have a quarterback this year. I think they're going to be running a lot. Lenny is gone. Rip playoff Lenny. Rachaad White's taken the reins, and I can see them using him.
Been gone, but he's not there either.
Oh no, Rojo was on the Chiefs last season.
Oh yeah.
So Rachaad White season.
Pacheco'd last year. That sucks for Rojo. I like that pick. I like that shot. I think, yeah, Tampa Bay, and he could just run behind Tristan.
Speaking of Pacheco, give me Kadarius Toney with my second pick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Toney.
Absolutely disgusting. Blazer, Patrick Mahomes. That's really all I got to say.
Yeah, I think Toney, like in general, I think he's just like extremely well known, just like among the NFL. Like I think everyone is aware of Kadarius Toney, and also the Super Bowl run last year helped him out a little bit for everyone getting to see him a little more.
He's so talented. Like that's the thing. He's
very
talented.
It still breaks my heart that of course the Chiefs get him. But yeah, we'll see. I think we're gonna win the game in Arrowhead this year. That's all I gotta say. I think we're gonna win it. Okay. My second pick, James Cook. All right, we're staying true. And third pick, George Pickens. Give me the Bulldogs. Full SEC route to start this one off. James Cook. I'm slightly scared of Damian Harris. Correct. He's on the Bills.
Damian Harris is there. Yeah, you said Dalvin Cook when we first did this. Let's clarify that. Then I said Damian Harris.
Well, I think that also they're in contention to go trade for Dalvin Cook. Them and the Dolphins are favorited to do that, I guess, right now. And also just like emotionally, of course, I want to see James Cook and Dalvin Cook play together. But if that happens, obviously, rest in peace to the breakout season for James Cook. But let's assume they don't go after Dalvin, or maybe him and Minnesota somehow find a way to mend it together. Then, yeah, I like James Cook. And also, I was saying, Damian Harris, he's going to get those goal line carries. He's going to get the first down carries. I do think, though, with that Bills offense, James Cook will likely be the third down back, will likely be on the passing downs. But I do think, knowing Damian Harris and how you're probably going to want to power run, James Cook, I think he could benefit from some lighter boxes when he's in the game. I don't think he'll have as many rushing attempts as Damian Harris. And as a result, teams, when they're game playing against them, they'll be like, oh, when he's in, he runs less, so we don't need to stack the box. So with that, down the stretch, now he gets to run the ball because there's no box. But I like James Cook. And then George Pickens, I don't care I don't care if Kenny Pickett is throwing him the ball. I like George Pickens to break out here. Deontay Johnson, the stock is a massive red arrow right now for Deontay Johnson, and the George Pickens is on the up right now. So I like that a lot. And also just Steelers in general. Yeah, why not force feed Pickens?
Allen Robinson.
Oh yeah. Pickens. Well, Allen Robinson, he might only play 18 snaps next year. I mean, maybe my 5th round pick karma carries over another season, and he also does bad next
You
year.
realize it's like the Madden cover curse.
When it comes to me in 5th round picks, oh yeah, this could carry season to season. I think I ended Gus Edwards' career. But yeah, Everett.
Okay. With my 3rd pick, I'm going to take Cam Akers. And with my 4th pick, give me Desmond Ridder. Cam Akers, obviously. Matthew said, I mean, the Rams can't really throw the ball. I know they have Cooper Kupp. Tyler Higbee's not that bad, right? Van Jefferson's okay.
Stafford's arm also.
That's what I said. Yeah, I don't. That's what I said. Yeah. But Cam Akers, Darrell Henderson, I'm pretty sure is gone now. Like Cam Akers is the lead back. They had the whole dispute last year about whether or not Cam Akers was going to be on the team, even because he wanted to be like the true number 1. Yeah. I think that this is his year. This is the time to shine. And with Desmond Ridder, I mean, he's the QB1 of a very run-heavy offense, but he also is a runner. From everything that I've seen him do, especially in college, he can throw well. He's got the nice ball. He's got nice touch.
And also that division is so weak.
Yeah. Kyle Pitts, Drake London. He's got the receivers to help him. Obviously, I know he's got Bijan too, but yeah.
He's got guys around him. It could end up being pretty good. And to be honest, their line's pretty good. Like he has one of the best centers in the league. I think he's in a great spot. We'll see if it ends up in Atlanta for them. I think Atlanta, in terms of just NFC South teams in general, I wouldn't be shocked if Atlanta wins. Like literally any of those teams could win. Bucks, Atlanta, New Orleans, or Carolina. I'd say Carolina's the one where I'd write them off, but watch them win it now. Like for them, I wouldn't really be surprised if any of them won.
Yeah.
It's completely up for grabs to me. I have no clue.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see in the Thursday episode because I spent like 3 hours.
Oh yeah, we have data day.
Our data day
might be in the car, but like it might be better.
That might make it even better though,
because it'll just be off the top and you're just riffing and going off of just all the analytics just built into your head. So actually end up working well. Okay, my last 2 picks. Gonna go with J.K. Dobbins, and this is where we argued. Does J.K. Dobbins count? To which I looked up last year. He had 400 rushing yards. J.K. Dobbins does count as a breakout candidate. J.K. at 4, and then for my number 5, Jameson Williams. I don't care if he suspended the first 6 games. The last 11 games of the season are going to be JMO time. JMO's going to remind the world of what JMO does best, and that is run faster than DBs. So he's going to remind everyone, and it's going to be great to see. It's going to be amazing to see. I cannot wait for my baby boy. I don't want to bring up bad memories, but because you took a shot at me earlier on the Chargers, Everett,
who I know. I was going to bring up myself.
His first touchdown against?
I think it was Patrick Peterson.
Oh, you could have just said the Vikings, but
no, Patrick Peterson.
We can roast him while we're at it too. But yeah,
I gotta get some satisfaction with it.
I mean,
it was either him or it was either him or it was Cam Bynum. It was probably Cam Bynum. But love you, Cam. We're gonna bounce back this year, all right, buddy?
All right. For your last pick, Everett.
Give me David Njoku. For my last pick, give me David Njoku. He was off to a great start. Well, not literally start, but he had a very good middle of the season last year. He's perennially kind of underrated, underlooked. I think that people don't really value him. And when he's on, like last season, like I picked him up midway in the season, and he was on. Like he would have been my tight end 1 the rest of the season if he didn't get hurt for those couple weeks. Obviously, the Browns have Elijah Moore now. They have Amari Cooper, but
you need to get another offseason with Deshaun, and Deshaun will be there at the start of the year.
You need to have the security blanket over the middle of the field. And what's better than a security blanket that can just torch people right up the middle? That's David.
You can't run to Chubb every play. You know, can't
Yeah.
do it every
So,
play. So
I like David Njoku. I think that he is underrated, underlooked, and is a valuable fantasy tight end if you are drafting anybody late, especially late, and want to take just a shot.
yeah. All right. So there's draft. We'll see what everyone's thoughts. I was wondering whether or not Russell Wilson would count because he was so awful last
No,
year, but no.
no, it has to. You can't have
Russell
had a
Wilson
breakout
won a
season
Super
before.
Bowl. He
They
can't
can't
be a
have had a breakout season
breakout.
before. You know?
So yeah, okay. But you know what? I'm gonna be a big boy ever. I'm not gonna make us re-say it again at the end. I'm gonna go in and
Thank
chop it
you.
up myself. But okay, on to our second draft now. This one's the more exciting one. And this one, some answers may be stolen, which is fine.
No, and I'm not.
Okay,
changing my
okay,
answer.
okay. Okay. I was gonna
I'll let you
say
have it. It has to be fair. It has to be fair.
I will let you open up with your first pick with what I said it was gonna win me the whole thing, and I would have just been like, you know what? Fair enough. That's how this works. But okay. I really hope you do it. But okay, draft stadium songs, hype up songs, crowd songs. We were thinking for a second, like I made a joke. Made a joke earlier that anything by Fall Out Boy would be one of my picks, but we strayed away from the over, like a college football promo like you see from ESPN and in stadium songs. So okay, Everett, you're starting us off.
With the first overall pick, give me Crancraft 400 by Zombie Nation.
Yeah. So
Iconic. It's just iconic.
I thought this was a shock.
Sorry. Let me.
Number one overall
it's
pick.
With the first overall pick, give me Kerncraft 400 by Zombie Nation. Mispronounced it. Just gotta fix that.
So when we first brought this up, I was thinking to myself, like, maybe this is the Pistons taking Darko Milicic over Carmelo Anthony or Bosch. But when I think overall, we have our things constructed down. We tap some different genres. So we're each trying to tap some genres here of songs. So that pick, it's all right. But the actual number one pick, Seven Nation Army. Everybody knows it of all time. It doesn't matter. My earliest memories is of me in like summer camp, playing dodgeball, and before the game started, we're banging on the ground doing bum, 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 and the boom, bum, 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 and banging. Yeah, those are like my earliest memories. That's my first pick. Second pick, I'm going Jump Around, House of Pain. Although I have a memory of this specific stadium, Wisconsin, where the jump around moment wasn't really fun because Michigan was winning in the game. But jump around at Wisconsin, at a college football. I'm thinking more college football here, but jump around gets.
I'm pretty sure UCF
going.
does it too.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I bet there's a lot more people that do it that I'm leaving off the list.
UCF
right
literally built their student section so that it caves in when they jump on it to make more noise.
I think I have seen that actually. Now I think about that.
Really infuriating, but
yeah. I mean, screw UCF, and people forget Gus Malzahn coaches there. But okay, jump around,
and he lost the championship.
It doesn't matter about age; it gets the people going. Same thing with Seven Nation Army. That's why I got them on there. But Everett, on to you.
All right, with my second pick, gonna take the iconic. Give me Levels by Avicii. Absolute masterpiece. Masterpiece.
If there's one thing I gotta say about Levels by Avicii, it's a banger when your mom knows the tune and melody to it. So my mom, like, if I turn on Levels, she'll instantly sing along. So when you can touch the older generations, that's how you have the sign of a universal club EDM banger, and that's where Levels places. So yes.
And with 3, give me Mo Bamba.
Oh my God, you took my pick. All right, Everett took my pick. Everett took Mo Bamba. Now this is where it's going to get interesting. Everett just took my pick, Mo Bamba 3, which in my opinion probably should have been my second pick off the board. But yeah, no, Mo Bamba, I can't even debate. That's the best song on this list. That's the best song that anyone will proceed to say, yeah, Sheck West, I am getting really rich. But okay, for my
Third.
Third and fourth now.
Yes, third and fourth.
Third and fourth, I'm going to go Dreams and Nightmares, Meek Mill at 3. I need to confirm that. If you take that, then you win. Dreams and Nightmares at 3. I'm getting the Philly crowd. And yeah, I'm gonna take Enter Sandman Metallica at 4. I was considering being a nice guy, but I can't give you that and Mo Bamba.
Yeah, that's an immediate dub for me.
Like, I can't do that. I'm just doing this more so for the people at this point. But okay, Everett, your
fourth and final pick.
Last 2.
4 and 5. Last 2.
Last 2.
Pick 4. Give me "Lose Yourself" by Eminem.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute iconic. One shot, one opportunity. Can't let it slide. Can't let it slide. With my final pick, give me "Light 'Em Up" by Fall Out Boy. Let's close it out. You got to make sure you got some Fall Out Boy in there. That's just how you curate everything.
So, I mean, in my opinion, I think you might have just lost yourself this list by throwing that on there, because I do think Fall Out Boy, I think of that more so as an ESPN college football promo, and I can literally imagine Reese Davis overwords talking, and Deshaun Watson stumbles his way into the end zone. I can literally picture it right now, to either that or Centuries. But yeah, I think now it's fair. Now it's fair.
now we're all right.
So
let's
for
see
my
what
fifth
you
pick,
get for your last pick.
I can't absolutely murder this. I can't absolutely ruin this. I like my initial pick, but I'm thinking, should I swap it out?
Lock it in. Lock the pick in.
All I Do Is Win by DJ Khaled. Last pick. All right. Honorable mentions. We have to bring up the honorable mentions. Honorable mentions. They were so good. Hand Clap, Fits in the Tantrums, another one, gets the people going, but I already have Seven Nation Army and Jump Around, so I don't need another. But the other honorable mentions, Till I Collapse, Eminem. Gotta have more Eminem on there.
Mm-hmm.
Multiple Kanye West songs.
All the Lights,
Power, even Stronger, even though we didn't mention that before, like that could even count. Way too many Kanye songs.
Welcome to the Jungle.
That, like Mincy's in Paris. Like, there's so many different ones that apply. Also, Queen, We Will Rock You, We Are the Champions. We Are the Champions, though.
You got to save that. That's very specific. It's niche. If it's on there and you lose,
it's
not ideal.
It's only if
not
you
ideal.
Win. It's not exactly. It's a celebration song. It's a hype up song, but I guess you could say in a way celebrating is hyping you up. Whatever.
Whatever.
Last 2 that I had. Good Feeling, Flow Rida, which is essentially the cousin of Levels by Avicii. So it's kind of the same song. But this is what I was deciding to be my last pick. They play this song literally before every NFL kickoff. Let's Go by Calvin Harris and Neo. It's literally before every kickoff. And so I was thinking, I think that actually can make the list in terms of iconic stuff. Opening kickoff, that gets the people going.
No, I agree with that. I also have Thunderstruck, Fortunate Son, House of Memories, by the way, iconic. Got It On Me by Pop Smoke. Just got to throw that out there.
A renowned Pop Smoke stan.
Love Pop Smoke. And Heads Will Roll.
Yeah, that's another. I was thinking of
that's a good one.
Could there be more dance songs in there? Heads Will Roll applies. I was thinking other than Levels.
I mean, Cake by the Ocean. Everybody just jams out to that one.
It's weird that I'm saying this, but I actually think that could probably apply.
It would work.
College football.
It might work. It actually might work.
It definitely could. I was also thinking Mr. Brightside on there because I know Michigan do that.
I mean, yeah.
But is it really hype? It is. But when you really look at that song, it's not a hype.
We're gonna throw some Machine Gun Kelly in there.
Now that's not my lane personally, but if you want to do that, I respect it. I mean, we met the guy. I peed next to him.
We did meet the guy. Yeah.
Him. So I'm cool with that. I could listen to a guy I out peed. I'm totally cool with
Okay.
that.
We're gonna wrap up today with one top 10 list. This list is the most slept on players in the NFL. We're gonna go 10 to 1. Might be some surprises on here. Grant's not gonna be surprised. He's heard this list before. But
I'm gonna give you the
obviously,
same reaction though to my one special baby. So
all right, 10 to 1. Cooper. Oh, wait, I need to move. Hold on. We're going, we need to fix this up. We need to fix this up.
I'm not sure what is going on right now. Doesn't seem like anything's a problem to me on my
All right,
end.
we're good. We're good now. We got to get the optics, the camera. Okay. Most slept on NFL players, 10 to 1. Here we go. Cooper Kupp, Nick Bolton, Levi Wallace, Christian Darrisaw, Miles Sanders, Scary Terry, Brian Burns, David Njoku, Kirk Cousins, little Kirk O'Chains, and Jared Goff. Top 10 slept on players in the NFL.
So my man, Terry McLaurin out here. I do not have this pulled up. This off the top of my head. I'll look directly in the camera. I'll prove it. Terry McLaurin, 4,000 career receiving yards, 299 career receptions. I want to say like 21, 22, low 20s career touchdowns. Don't remember that exact number. But the list of quarterbacks that have thrown to Terry McLaurin is
substantial.
deplorable. It is truly heinous and should be illegal, quite frankly. But
he's probably had more quarterbacks throw a pass to him in the NFL alone than your entire generation of family members has had playing football for the last 30 years.
Yes. Try to do quick math there, but I can't. But yes, yeah. He's had, some legendary quarterbacks such as
Garrett Gilbert.
Garrett Gilbert, Alex Smith in 2020,
Colt
Carson
McCoy,
Wentz, Colt McCoy,
Case Keenum.
I'm not going to disrespect Heineke because he's actually goated.
He's the GOAT, yeah.
I mean, it hasn't been the greatest start.
Kyle Allen.
Yeah, Kyle Allen. I mean, it's a damn shame that it did not work out with Dwayne because it's the most dysfunctional franchise ever. But yeah, free Terry. What he's been able to do with the lack of help around him, it's amazing. It's amazing. I love you, Terry. I also just want to say that I can draw a line in the sand, a direct moment when Ohio State receiver recruiting started turning up. And that's when Michael Thomas and Terry got their second contracts. So that's the best recruiting pitch there actually is. Getting 70 to 100 plus million from the NFL in your second contract. That's the best way to get people to come to Ohio State. And Terry's just continuing in that line as a third round pick. And an absolute
free
baller.
Terry, free our boy.
Best thing I love about Terry is that my favorite quote from Terry is that he would rather block for a guy to score a touchdown than catch one himself. I love that.
Team player.
Love that.
Team player.
Boy.
With that, thank you guys so much for watching, listening. Rate us 5 stars, please. For Grant's sake. You can find us on Spotify, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter,
to be honest, I would accept a 4 for just this episode, but that's it.
That's okay. You can follow us on TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and on Instagram at WaterboyPod. Make sure to follow me and Grant on Twitter at Everett Takes and at WaterboyGrant, especially if you want, you can DM Grant if you want to see a video of him singing Jason Derulo.
Yeah, we
missed content from the lost episode. Forgot to bring that one up. But with that, thank you guys so much for watching, listening. I'll see you in the next episode. In my car, Waterboy's out.
Sure, I don't mess this one up.